everyone, this is Deanna the Organized Miss, and I've been working in this sweet little, it was going to be a smash book, trash book. I don't really even have a name for it, but it's just one of the little junk journals that I made from envelopes. I made two, which I have the other one over here, and I just added a sticker so far. That's it. I haven't really got into that one, and I don't know, if or when I will. So I thought I would pop on here because I've just, been playing in it just as my own little time, and kind of show you what I've done, and then also be real about junk journaling. Like, I've already found one problem, and I'm going to fix it. And I thought, well, it's a junk journal. What does it matter, right? So I just know that when I first started my journaling journey, I just feel like, oh, I made a mistake. I've got to stop and, start somewhere else. And, and maybe that's what happened with this little paint book here that I, just was using to, clean off my brush with. And then I thought, oh, I'll have, kind of break the page, basically break the blank page, even though not really blank, give myself a foundation to work on. And then I just, really haven't picked it back up. I put this on at some point. It's coming off. I don't even love it, but I thought, I could rearrange this, right? It was a free magazine I picked up in Texas years ago. And when I started journaling, I'm like, hey, I can't even read it. It's in Spanish. I don't speak Espanol, but no hablo español. I know a few phrases. So I thought, I cut it down, and this was the beginning of my journey, and this is as far as it's gotten. So I thought, I'll resurrect it. And so today I thought, well, I'll keep working in here, just, make myself feel good. And what I realized is the one staple center hold was not strong enough. See that? It's just falling apart. And I was like, oh man, it's a junk journal. It doesn't matter, right? Just find another way to put it back together. So I put another staple in it. That didn't work. So I thought I would, see what I could do. I could, go ahead and put a, what's that thing called? Bind it with like a pamphlet stitch. And maybe I will do that. But then I thought, I have this twine here that I took off of some books last night. Where are the books? I was going to show you. Oh, dang it. They're right here. These are some books I'd gotten at a, antique shop some time back. And it was tied with the twine. It was just sitting as decoration in my old, my apartment before I bought this house 2 years ago. So it's been sitting in my garage since then. And I've been cleaning the garage out. So I brought them in. They're in, not good shape. They were like this when I got them, right? So I started going through them, so I took the twine off. And I thought, well, I need to figure out what to do with them. But they have great fall colors. So maybe we'll use those. But in the meantime, this twine, I said, well, let's see if I could use that. Maybe I would not want to use this to actually pamphlet stitch it because it's just too, I've done that before, but not a good idea on this. And the center was actually, I think, in here. I glued 2 pages together, made a little pocket. So that is the center. So now I'm just having to pick a side, to create the center now. I think it's going to be this one. But anyway, my point in all this is to say, there's no mistakes in junk journal. If you don't like the way something ended up, it's okay. Just glue over it, paint over it, put, something else down. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm liking this now that I'm doing this because it's a lot thicker. Yeah, than even the cording that I used here on this one. But I don't want to use that. So on this step 2, plan B, whatever, I may have to Okay, went and dug through my drawers there. Too thick. Okay, so these are kind of fall-ish colors. Maybe this one. I just looked at this, and this is... Oh, look at that. Wax. Maybe that. There we go. Maybe we'll use that one. Haven't even opened it. So there you go. When did I buy this? I don't know. So it did cost me money. I didn't go buy it for this project. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. I can't tell you when I purchased it. So long ago. This is so old that I'm not even able to open this. Also, not strong hands, so figured I'll keep the little paper spool this is on, and that can go in my sewing junk journal kit that I'm, you know, putting things back for. So this kind of goes along with my, you know, what I was saying in a previous video, was that there's so many free things, right? This, I didn't buy it for the card necessarily, I bought it for this, I guess. And I feel like I was rescuing it. I wasn't actually, you know, purchasing something new. It's new to me, but where do you think that... Where the end of this is. Is that it? No? Well, this will be fun. Well, maybe I won't be using this. I can't figure out. I mean, I could just cut it. This seems to be unwrapping easier. So, we need about, you know, and I'm not doing a 3-hole. I'm going to do a 2-hole stitch because I think that'll be plenty. Literally, this is just for me to play around in, have fun, use up some of my junk, right? Yeah, so my first experiment on that didn't work with the center staple. So let's take that out. So take 2. Oh, it is always more helpful if you can, you know, keep them together like that. So we're just going to put 1 hole here. And if you're new to junk journaling, this is an awl, and it's very helpful for punching the holes. I did not have an awl when I first started. I used a thumbtack. Oh, goodness, because, you know, I didn't want to go out and spend a couple dollars that it was to get this. So I just used a thumbtack, and then that was not easy. This is much easier. Maybe I need to, there, go through there a little bit. Much easier to use the awl. Of course, it makes a bigger hole, but whatever. Let's see, which way do I want to tie this now? On the outside or the inside? On the inside. Makes a difference which way you go through the hole, right? And of course, I didn't make a spine for this necessarily. I mean, I did. It was just a real little piece of the envelope that I used, and then I just taped it up. So there we go. This will be fine. There's so many ways to bind your junk journal, right? You can staple it. Maybe not the best in this situation. You can bind it to, you know, this is just 2. There are 3 holes, 5 holes. Let's do 1 more. You can do a hidden spine, an exposed spine. You can use spiral. Yeah, there we go. You know what I will do? I'll leave it like that, and then I just realized I could just cover over that if I want. Okay. Point being, you find a problem, it doesn't look the way you wanted, it's fine. Just go over it, you know, or change it. So what I was going to do today, I have been kind of just playing around in here with this junk over here that I was showing you I processed in a previous video. And you know, just watching other videos, other creators, And I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to put this. The magazine in the 5 things video to use for your junk journaling. I had a magazine and I went through and I pulled out, you know, things that were interesting to me. And this song has been playing on my mind today, and it's called Orange Colored Skies. So I knew when I saw this that I wanted to use this in my journal. Maybe, you know, I'm not being super precise here. I do maybe want to not put it through the center just because it bulks up and it's already, you know, getting difficult to close a chunky monkey, and I'm not even halfway full, you know, that's not perfect, but whatever. The point of all this, in my opinion, is just to have a play, have fun, you know. Okay, so maybe cut that off. You know, enjoy my time in my journal. Sometimes I'm working in this, just, you know, junk, and it gives me an idea for a video, and not a crafting YouTube video, right? It gives me an idea for my work job, or a new style to try in digital, because I'm stepping out in this, you know, paper format. How big is that enough to cover that? This came in my circular today. Maybe I do this. Okay, yeah. This came in the mail today, and this is all I tore out of it. This and this. I got rid of the rest of it because this looked like interesting to me. It looked like fall. And oh wait. So I just said, let's do this, and let's turn on the camera. I think the wet glue is going to be too wet. Oh yeah. This is not what I had yesterday. It's not big enough. Oh, here. This is maybe still not big enough, but we'll make it work. I got my wet glue out, but then I realized it's going to work for not the thinner paper, you know. So that's something too. Just getting and playing in something like this that there is little to no, you know, what do you say, emotional investment in it, just your time. You know, I'm not making this to sell and or give as a gift. It's literally just my own crafting, you know, therapy time, whatever, for fun. But, you know, if you want to make journals to sell, which I've thought about it, just haven't gotten that far in life yet, you know, it's a good way to test like the different mediums and how they work on paper, you know, and different types of paper. I mean, these are all different kinds of envelopes and different textures. And then I'm using, like, this is magazine newspaper, so it warps when you use like a wet glue, but I'd like a glue stick works much better on it. Now, this page is smaller, so let's, you know what I could do, put it on the back side, get a knife for it. Yeah, let's just cut it there. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to, you know, keep my voice on, that's still a little too, keep my voice on here or just like fast forward it and do a voiceover. So if you hear me talking on this video, once it goes up, then I decided not to do that. Otherwise, I'll just do a voiceover. Because sometimes I can talk and like discuss when I'm working out in my mind, like what, you know, what I want to do or share things with you guys. But when I'm actually crafting, which is why I don't usually do too many of these videos like this, where I'm actually journaling on camera, junk journaling, is because I get lost in my thoughts, which is why I do this, right? Just to help my brain just process. Okay. That's cute. Now, what I wanted to do was put this on here somehow. So let's just see how it goes. I'm not going to use all that, but in fact, I think I'm going to cut some of that off. There we go. I just have to remind myself while I'm doing this, it's not that deep, right? It's really not that deep. Okay. Now, I did think maybe I'd leave the fall words in there. No, it's fine. So sometimes when I'm journaling a page, I really have no, oh, sorry if I'm getting my head in the way of the camera. I really have no concept about what the direction of the page is going to go. I'm just putting stuff down. And there is no rhyme or reason. Other times I have something in mind, like that I'm thinking about, that I want to process through. So when I very first started junk journaling, I was still getting my memories back, and this was like part of my healing journey. And I would, work through whatever the problem was. Ooh, do I want to just put that? No, I'll save that for something else. I'd think about people that I was reconnecting with or trying to remember who they were. I would think about whatever problem I was working on. It didn't matter. And just the act of this would help me process. And I, at the time, was still trying to learn how to edit videos, make videos, because I knew I wanted to do that. And the act of learning something new was helping my brain with neuroplasticity. But I wouldn't make videos because I still had severe anxiety. But I wanted to learn how to do it. So sometimes I'd make videos and just talk to myself, and I just have the camera on, but I wouldn't actually, post it until I felt comfortable. Okay. Now what? I see, because I had no plan other than just like, ooh, I think these colors will look good together. So, some kind of sentiment here. Oh, I got this little tub that I have not started processing yet, and it's just where I put all the bits and all the things. I saw that. That was orange. That's really all I'm doing here. Looking for fall colors. What's today? The 10th. Do I have a 10 in here? I mean, maybe. Do I have something that looks like fall stamps? Oh, I've got another one of those. I must have thought that was a good idea to cut those out then. Yeah, I don't want to dump all these out, but that's probably the best way to find what's in there. Oh. Maybe. What is this? Oh, there we go. That's cute. Right? What else is here? This looked like it was. I thought I saw something else kind of orangey brown in there. Oh, red. Oh, it's kind of reddish brown. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, that'd be good on my outside of my journal, huh? Okay, I'm seeing at first glance, all the things that look orangey, folly. That says 30. Not a 10. Maybe I can find maybe I get lucky. Oh, orange. What else we got in there? Happiness. Yellow. I mean, there's, I can add yellows and reds in there too. What colors? No. That's cute. I do need to process this, so maybe I'll sit down later today and just sort this and show you how I process. Okay, I didn't see a 10 in there. So, what do we got that we can work with here? So one thing that I noticed, oh, that's a 10. Perfect. I didn't plan that. I mean, I went looking. I had no idea that was there. Okay. Part of, for me, this process is paying attention to the things that I gather, because I'm working just kind of intuitively, but I'm letting my subconscious speak to me. That's how I'm working out my problems. And when I see something that, you know, kind of makes things click, I'm going to try to explain it as I go. So I said I had this song on my mind, right? These are the things that I just went through and pulled out. These are what spoke to me, right? And mostly because I was like, ooh, orange fall. Orange colored skies. I can't sing, but I get songs in my mind, and that makes me start thinking about them. And then I start processing, what does that mean to me? Well, the first thing is it's a pageant song. That's what comes to mind first. And look, I pulled out Come On. I didn't plan any of this. It was just in there in the madness. Like, I know some people like gather their things ahead of time and plan their thing out. And I can do that sometimes, but like for this purpose, all I planned was I'm going to put those on the page somehow. Oh, and I found this and I thought maybe I'd use this. So I got it that far. And I thought I could use all of it because it's orange, but I think I'm only going to go with the word pumpkin. And as I'm doing this, I'm thinking, what do all these things have in common, or what do they mean to me? Orange color skies, pageant, song, crown. I call my daughter Pumpkin. I'm just saying. It is the 10th. So let's cut that out. Right? It is the 10th? Yeah. Sometimes I get what days are. Okay, so there we go. 10. And, you know, I don't always document things with the date or anything. Sometimes I just do it. Okay. I like these words. So these come out of some kind of, again, this was I know what it was. This was a flyer promoting travel and tourism, I think in the Kansas City area. The fact that I am pulling this out of the back of my mind. So we could be celebrating fall. We could be talking about the happiness that fall brings me, okay? Ticket, coupon, dollars. Oh, I'm coming back with that all of a sudden. So where I'm going with this now, because I'm just following my thoughts, is for me, what pageants represent to me. Orange colored skies. So orange makes me feel happy in the fall. These colors, I'm probably not, you know, unique that way. Oh my gosh. I'm putting a story together. You saw me. I just pulled things out that started speaking to me. Pageants provide scholarships, right? This could be a talent, singing, you know, that song. You know, I'm not a singer. They bring me happiness. We celebrate when we get a crown, right? We celebrate. Also celebrating the season, and this makes me happy. It gives me a happy heart. So I don't always actually journal with words, and that's just because that's how my brain works now since my injury to my brain. I used to just only write longhand. I consider myself artistic. I didn't know about journaling like this. I didn't even know YouTube existed, or if I did, I don't remember that part of my life. But I do know I wrote a lot because, so I process this out loud, either on camera or just to myself. And I just take a look at what my subconscious maybe wants to talk to me about this. Or, you know, what kind of puzzle story can I tell myself? Like, maybe my subconscious isn't telling me anything, but a psychologist would tell us it is, right? I'm not a licensed psychologist, but what I am is someone who believes in paying attention to how your intuition works and how your, you know, brain works. And that our body is wiser than our words are available, right? And our body and our mind tells us things that we can't always articulate. And I experienced that when my brain wasn't working and I couldn't like articulate things and use my words. And sometimes that still struggles, but so now I'm use pictures. So, long rambling story. I am going to put this like this online. I was going to maybe voice over it or something, but I think this would be helpful to other people, because this really would have been helpful to me when I was first getting my memories back and watching YouTubes and just, like absorbing and trying to figure out, well, one, myself, learn who I am now, but also be able to try to make sense of and process what happened, because, it is still hard to talk about. And I didn't know what happened, Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. This is getting deep. Let's see. I do like that. I do like maybe... No, I do need to put this here for the contrast. I do like the idea of that, sticker going there. Why not? I think that it did. Came off the back of an envelope that a friend of mine, she saves like all her cards and birthdays and Christmases and everything, and from all the years, and then she just gave them all to me because she knows I like to do paper crafts, and she's like, oh, maybe you can use these things. So I went through and cut out all the things I could use, right? So let's just do that. Let's cut this out. Ooh, you know what? Maybe I have a hole punch. Or a thing that might be the right. So maybe too big, actually. Yeah, too big. If I wanted to do that, I'd have to put it on something else. All right, now back to cutting. You just never know. This one, I think, is too small. Yep. Okay. So, anyway, so she gave me, so that's likely where this came from. I mean, it could have come from my own stash of cards and things, but it feels like something she, on one of the cards. Not a very good fussy cutter. In fact, I rarely do fussy cut things out because of that. But we're going to do our best here. So, what I'm saying is this junk journaling, for me, has turned out to be a type of vision boarding, essentially, / vision putting into pictures what my mind is wanting to tell me. I was going to cut that blue off, but then I realized that looks kind of cute like that. So just leave it. Why not? This is clearly torn out of a magazine. Okay. Use this. I still haven't figured out where these other things are going, but come on. But they are going somewhere. Once I figure it out. So that's the other thing. Like, when I first started, I thought I had to have this all figured out. What was I doing? What was the, oh, dang it. How did that stick down there? Oh, I see. It's stuck on the other side. Well, you know what? This is a junk journal, right? So we get to do whatever we want with it. And that includes putting this back together, right? I don't know. Let's see. Yep. Let's see. Where did I stick? That's stuck on that side. So, as I was saying, I was always afraid of making some kind of mistake or something. And look at that. Maybe in the past, I would have thought that was a mistake. Today, I just look at it as an opportunity to either look at things differently and decide to go a different way. I could have used that instead. Or work through the problem, like I'm doing in my mind, work with that, and see that things always work out. And we can go even deeper and say, if you really look at that and see the fine crack, then just realize it just adds character, right? Okay, so back to this. I do like that. So do I need to put the word October there? I think I'll remember just fine. I don't like the way that's looking exactly. Ooh, you know what? I could kind of like that, maybe. So see, I did punch that out with the thing, but now I do want to cut that off also. So, I guess while I'm doing this, do you use your journaling and crafting time to work through things? Or are you just like, oh, it's fun, I'm a good crafter, I like doing this? Like, there's no wrong way, again, you know, there's no right or wrong way to do junk journaling or any crafting, really. It's just, you know what it is? It's an expression. It's a way to express yourself. And even if that expression is to yourself, right? Like, you don't have to make it for anybody else. And that's how I started, right? Do I want to do that? I don't know. Let's keep that there for a second. Do I need a coupon at all? I mean, this kind of brings the white over there, right? Okay, so here's another thought I just had while I was doing this. I'm going to a pageant this weekend. And the gentleman who runs that pageant has kind of been a mentor to me my whole life. He was the first, you know, like pageant I went and watched in this new system, really, that opened my eyes to being a producer, a director, right, of my own show. And he calls everybody pumpkin. Now, I call my daughter Pumpkin. I've done that long before I met him. But I could be thinking about this in another way, and I could be processing my thoughts and stuff about him. He's been doing it 50 years. He said this is his last one. Now, he said that for the last several years, but, you know, he says this is his last one. I helped with, you know, I sold tickets. I sold his tickets last year at the front door, collected money for him. I don't know if he needs me to do that this year or not. I'll be available. What else does 10 mean to me with respect to him? I don't know, but see, that's how I kind of start processing and thinking, like, how else could this, you know, mean something to me? But that's what I do, and I just wait and see what kind of feelings come up, what other thoughts come up. They don't usually come up just while I'm talking. I mean, sometimes I say something and it surprises me, but sometimes they just happen in my mind, like this, as I was rearranging that. So that is something. Okay, oh, I know what 10 is. 10 is a high score that a judge can give at a pageant. So see where I'm going with this? Still has to do with pageantry all along. Now, see, if I put that over there, I feel like my page is starting to look weird, and I either need to go all in with all the stuff, or, you know, and maybe I do. Maybe I put it all on this side, and then I could have a note in there. Okay, let's see how that works. Where would I put this? There. I do like this being off the page like that. I feel like I mean, I still could just put those there and put the note. I don't know. Let's see. So this is where it all comes together for a puzzle like me. A puzzle. This is where it comes together as a puzzle for me. Okay. This is cute because it's orange. And what is it? Maybe a donkey? A piñata? Maybe a piñata. A llama? I don't know. So the sunflower is our state flower. There's a lot of blue and green in there, which we have a light blue in there. This color is what kind of caught my attention first, but what is it? A flower, maybe? I don't know yet. What do we think? I wish I could hear what you were telling me on the other side there. What if I put, no, it does need to go like that. I mean, I could put that there, right? This was another thing I got at a Goodwill a long time ago, and I've slowly started using this a very long time ago. Like, A lot of my stuff that I purchased at the Goodwill, they don't sell crafting things anymore. I think they do that mostly online, but my local had a lot of things when I first started in like 2017. And so I had nothing. Like I was starting my life over. I definitely didn't have craft supplies. I definitely, didn't know. I was just learning about junk journaling and everything. So that's why I have a lot of things that I was like, well, I got to have stuff somehow. And I, didn't think I should be buying it all from the craft store because it was expensive and, money and all the things. Okay. I'm still trying to figure out, well, one, do I want to put this here? Do I want to leave this on this here somehow? Maybe. I feel like that's kind of cute. I think I'm getting to the point where I'm just going to have to make the decision. And I also like this Inspired to Be. Like, there's nothing wrong with both of those. Okay, let's just do it. Let's commit. Okay. So this, I'll put this one down first. So this is a thicker paper. And because this is already stabilized to the, the envelope paper, I feel like, it won't work. What is happening here? It won't warp the paper, right? So let's try that. Okay, we're not going to use that one. I don't know why. It still feels like there's plenty of wet glue in there. You know what? We'll just keep on keeping on with this one. I like that sticking out of it like that. And this. Ah. Good enough. Right? At some point, I have to not be too picky about things. Look, and I just didn't even cut it perfectly, and that's okay, because the point about this was for me to process whatever is on my mind while I do this, right? And then likely these thoughts will just continue to let me like think about them and marinate on them. I always say percolate throughout the day and just see what pops up, right? What bubbles up to the top, percolate. My grandmother had a percolator when I was little. We used to sit at her coffee table and, or, breakfast table, whatever, where the percolator sat. And, I don't remember how that was, doesn't matter. And talk about all kinds of things. And so that's the association I have in my mind. I guess that's really what it's all about. It's how you associate things, right? Because you could have seen these very same pieces here and come up with a different narrative for yourself, right? It could have triggered other thoughts. And that's okay too, because there. I guess I could have turned that a little bit. Oh, well, there we are. Good. Okay, next. What did I decide here? I said, I just need to, right, maybe kind of want to put that in the center there, and then we'll worry about the rest. Oh yeah, there's like hardly any sticky left there. I mean, there's some, but let's go ahead and extra sticky it on the edges. And there it goes. That's good. Now, if I want to put a note there, do I seal that? I mean, I kind of feel like I like folding it open. Ooh, maybe. See, now this is where you could have a little note to yourself in there, right? And you just see it when you open it up, like smile, Inspired to Be, which I think I will go ahead and put that there now that I'm saying that out loud. I was trying to decide, do I, seal that down and make it like a pocket, but I like the idea of opening it up and just having a little note to myself in there, right? So inspired to be a great director. I always have a happy heart. Celebrate, because I enjoy being, this pageantry, but also my daughter competing and has actually earned a lot of scholarship money, has a master's degree. So that's exciting for this mama. But it's something we love doing together. It's a hobby we do. She is a huge part of our local program and has helped to grow that by mentoring other, girls that come along the way. It's our thing we like to do together. So it brings a lot of different thoughts to my mind as I'm looking at this. I feel pretty good with the completed. That's going to be my completed spread. Now what I will want to do, let's see if I can find something in here to write on. Let's see, what do we do with that? Could we put it on this page? Ooh, no, what we could do is carry the theme over here, right? What about that? No, we don't see that page. So what about here? Only because I just thought of it. Maybe do we put it upside down? Does that make something? I just feel like, you know what? If I have this, it's always fun to just see something peeking through. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. Look at that. And then whenever I get to this page, we'll worry about what else is going to go there. So as you can see, I pulled some stuff out thinking I would use it, and I ended up not, right? And that's okay. These are all the things that, didn't end up speaking to me by the time I started putting all the pieces together. What about this though? Yeah, look at that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Why not? I don't know what's going to be on the next page, but I have all these pieces left over that I'm either, going to forget to use, and they'll just sit on the bottom of the bag, but that's not the point. The point is to go ahead and use all this stuff, right? That's why we have it. Cute. Okay, what else? Since I still have these pieces. Oh, yeah, look at that. I like the orange part there, even though I don't care about the black so much. Well, who knows? Maybe I'll have more black on that page. Okay. Okay, let's do that. Just to, have it layered, looking different. Since that piece goes over the sticker at the bottom, this one can go under, right? Just to give it some kind of interest. I don't know. There. Now, look at that. Now it feels like the page is complete. Of course, this is not. Needs some work, but that's okay. We're good. We're good, right? Okay. Thanks for letting me come on here and share my, what I'm doing, what I'm working through, my process, I guess, as this was a plan with me. Thank you for, coming along this journey. If you'd like me to make more videos like this, like if you'd like to see my process, I can, get on here and do this some more. Like I said, I normally just do it by myself, but I feel like this is the kind of video I would have liked to see when I first got started, to know it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't always have to be all those gorgeous, beautiful spreads, which I love watching and get so many great ideas from and are gorgeous. But, it needs to be, it needs to work for me, right? It needs to be something that I can do and feel I can celebrate myself. I like that. Okay. I will stop there, and I will find something to, that'll sit here and be like a note for myself if I want to actually write about this. Thanks for joining me on this, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.